sweet. Look, that doll's kind of scaring me though. It does look like Lily. Just bored. She takes the doll she received from Lily and holds it to her chest together with the small chessboard, putting the piece on top. The act seems to settle her down somewhat, and we just sit in silence for a while. I think it's one of the few times I've seen her genuinely happy, cradling the friendship of two people to her chest as tightly as she can. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Hisao. In the process of thanking us, Hanako drops the chess piece and fumbles a bit in rush to retrieve it. Once she finds it, Hanako puts the chess set down and nervously gulps at her wine. It's as if the real world suddenly rushed back into her consciousness, and her fastest escape from it was in a glass. Hey, easy there, you shouldn't drink it that fast. That face. It's like a Sigma. Kind of, not really. It's a party, Hisao. Wait, did I say that? Oh, I said that. Despite saying this, there is a slightly concerned edge to her voice, eventually acquiescing. Lily proceeds to follow Hanako's lead, though not as eagerly. She looks to be taking small sips from her glass and letting the wine settle on her tongue before swallowing. I decide this is probably the best approach and do the same myself. Since this is kind of a going away party for you as well, I hope you enjoy your trip at least a little, Lily. Hopefully your aunt will be okay. I hope your aunt is okay too, Lily. I'm stuttering. Lily and I are slightly taken aback by Hanako's fervor to wish Lily well despite her own familial situation. I'm a little impressed. My, thank you both. I'll be sure to convey your thoughts to my family when I meet them. It'll all be fine in the end, Lily, don't worry about it. Wait, aren't you going to? Or I guess you have a job, so you might just be staying. But she does have school. I have no idea. Since the room's mood has become noticeably more sullen, I decide to try and move things along. Well then, shall we start on the cake? My tentative suggestion has the intended effect, everyone lightening up considerably. Yes, please. Cake? I didn't know there was any cake. I picked one up before I came, along with some snacks. Well done, Hisao. At least one of us remembered to bring one. Everyone seems to welcome the distraction, so I retrieve the cake from my bag. Why do you put it in your bag? And start cutting it up. Mixing wine and chocolate cake isn't something that I thought would work well, but none of us seems to mind. Conversation is temporarily suspended as we start to eat. I was initially wary of this idea. After Hanako's panic attack, I expected the worst from her tonight. But I think Lily's idea of giving her good memories of her birthday is working. That, and also having it shared with their going away party. From Hanako's reaction to her gifts, I can tell she was really appreciative. Hanako tries to pour herself another glass of wine, but ends up spilling some on the table. She's had a couple by now, so considering that she's never had alcohol before, it's no wonder she's feeling a bit lightheaded. Sorry, Lily, I didn't mean to make a mess. Wow, she's out of it. Don't worry, I've got it. Lily reaches sideways and gently takes the fussing Hanako in her arms, giving me a pause. It's okay, Hanako, I'm just happy you're here. Lily is tall. Jeez Louise. Hanako gives only a faint nod in response. It's fitting, I suppose, that Lily would be the one to support her like this. I have no idea what Hanako would be like if she hadn't. Seeing the two like this makes me appreciate the fact that I'm privy to such an intimate moment. Even Akira can't help but smile at the sight. Here's the sight. Two friends. Yeah, I read that. Okay. I never would have thought I'd manage to find new friends so quickly. And I'm all the more thankful that of all the people, these two are the two I befriended. They slowly break off from one another, Hanako regaining herself somewhat while I quickly get myself back on task. I find a towel among Lily's tea set and start mopping up the spillage. By the time I finish, however, Hanako and Lily have managed to uncork the other bottle and have topped off their glasses. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to mop up some more. It looks like you're enjoying the wine then. Just don't go too crazy with it after this, mind. We all dutifully nod and agree, but her remainder feels a bit silly given that she's the one supplying underage people with alcohol. Yeah, she's out of it. Hanako's gone. The second glass of wine goes down a lot quicker than the first, and before any of us notice, the second bottle is empty. While Akira is helping us finish them off, Hanako looks to be almost equaling her in the amount she's had. My head feels a little light, but I think I've managed to gauge my own tolerance surprisingly well. Hanako smiles lazily, toying with her doll's hair. I think it's a pretty safe bet that she hasn't moderated herself as well as I. I don't think it was Hanako's intention to get this drunk, but it seems that that alcohol hit her all at once. She has a very light frame, something which wouldn't help her handle her booze well either. Lily cradles her glasses, running a finger around the rim. Her cheeks are rosy, but she's managing to avoid looking woefully drunk. And Akira is, as I somewhat expected, largely unaffected. Her smile might be a little wider than before, though. Maybe. What the heck? Hanako suddenly hiccups and accidentally knocks over the doll. I think I should maybe go to bed. Thank you, Hisao. Thanks, Lily and Akira. She slurs Akira's name pretty hard, barely avoiding breaking out into a giggle midway through. She's completely plastered, and I can't decide whether I should feel a little bad or not for being amused at the state she's in. It's really bizarre to see her acting so carefree. It's a shame that I am failing right now. A shame that it's only with the help of alcohol. Here, let me give you a hand. Akira begins to get up and help Hanako out, but she's stopped when Lily gives a sharp cough. Hisao, would you please? Okay. Akira looks a little surprised, and I have to admit that I am as well. I don't mind the request at all, let alone when she said it with such a smile. It just comes rather unexpectedly. Sure, no problem. Oh, hello. I pick up the chess set and help Hanako stand up. I do feel somewhat responsible for her, considering that, other than Akira, I'm probably the most sober person in the room. She nurses the doll in one hand and offers me the other. So this is what Hanako looks like when she's plastered. And Akira looks fine. Lily looks normal, but now has turned into Rin. Okay then. I pick up the chess set and help Hanako stand up. I do feel somewhat responsible. I read that. Whoa, what's going on? We stumble out of the door, into the hallway, and into Hanako's room, Hanako bumping into me a number of times on the way. Inside the room, I flick on the light as Hanako turns her attention towards a shelf on her dresser. An elegant doll is sitting on it, staring into the bare room. There you go. You'll be safe in here. Ew. That's a messed up doll. What is that? Is that the chin? That one's a nice looking doll. That one, what the heck? Hisao, you have terrible taste. What is with that's just disturbing. Hanako gingerly places the doll next to the other one and straightens its dress. They sit in silence, hair and clothes perfectly arranged. Just like the teapot in Lily's room, they serve a distinct contrast to the dull whites and grays that permeate in her bedroom. Satisfied that her dolls, her only two real possessions, are safe, Hanako takes a step back and stands up. Staggering severely, I step forward to catch her if need be, but she regains her balance without my help. For a while, both of us stand in silence as Hanako looks downward towards the cupboard. After a minute or two, she begins to sway a little from side to side. It's very off-putting. Are you going to be alright? Hanako raises her head and turns around to me as if she's only just remembered that I'm also in the room. Whoa. What's unexpected is that she takes 2 steps towards me and wraps around my body, her head coming to rest against my chest. Uh-oh, Hisao, don't do it. Don't do it, Hisao. I can feel my heart beating, as all of my senses feel like they're coming alive again after their deadening through the previous drinking. The smell of wine on her breath, the feeling of her fingers through my clothing, the scent of her hair underneath my chin. My hands remain out in front of me, not daring to touch her. The temptation is there to hug her, to embrace her, to tell her everything will be fine. But this feels wrong. Really, really wrong. Yeah, don't do it. Hanako. But I want to stay with you and Lily. Hanako's slurring reminds me a bit of Misha. She probably wouldn't be pleased to hear that. You know I can't. You're a girl and I'm a guy after all, and Lily needs to sleep. That's a funny looking face. She gives a disappointed groan. It's so strange for her to act so forward. Don't worry, I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? I decide to rest a hand on her head to reassure her, deciding that this is as far as I'm going to allow myself to go in terms of physical contact with her while she's in this state. Hanako's head nuzzles against my chest. It makes me feel all the more uneasy with the situation. And as her arms tighten around my back, I quickly decide to bail out. I rest my hands on her shoulders and give a firm but gentle push. Her grip tightens a little as I do so, but she eventually breaks off. I don't want you to go. Hanako, please. Kira and Lily are going to start thinking weird stuff if I take too long here. It's perfectly true, too. I really don't want to take any chances, and I feel very uncomfortable right now. I shouldn't try to read anything into the way she's acting right now. I read that aside from alcohol lowering her inhibitions, people can react to getting drunk in many different ways that don't necessarily reflect reality. I'm gonna save it here and pick up next time. I haven't had